Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. How are you feeling this morning? How did you wake up? Hopefully you are well rested after a beautiful night of sleep. I am here in the garden at my friend's house in Johannesburg in South Africa, enjoying this beautiful yin start to the day. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, the birds are chirping. It is such a lovely way to start my day by being slow and connecting with nature. So hopefully no matter wherever you are in the world, that is available to you this morning as well. We're on day 153 of the year today, and according to 365 Tao by Deng Ning Tao, our word on day 153 is blame. So grab your books, grab your journal and something to write with. Find a nice quiet and comfy place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 15 minutes or so while we read together. If you can be outside in the natural world like I am, that's the best way to start your day. Take a few deep breaths in with long exhales out. Relax into the here and now, into the present moment. Open up your book to page 153 and let's start reading together on the subject of blame. Though others have their faults, concentrate on your own. Wow, that first little sentence right there is really, I think that could be our journaling prompt for today. So succinct, but so true. While others have their faults, concentrate on your own. Some people have the habit of blaming others. Perhaps all of us have this weakness. The list of scapegoats for our miseries is clever and endless. Parents, community, teachers, government, and even demons and gods are all invoked when we have problems. If difficulties truly come from the outside, the problem is not blame. For those cases, the course of action is very clear. Neutralize that influence. If the problem comes from within, the solution must come from within as well. Before you blame friends, relatives, or teachers for bad habits and short-sightedness, you should remember that no one is to blame but yourself. Wow. That is a very, very poignant first paragraph. I invite you to reread that in your own time. And always remember, there is no one to blame but yourself. I love that. That's one of the, the foundational teachings of the Tao, is that everything is within you. It's all of the onus for your life and how things unfold is because of you, and blaming others, even as it says here, everyone else might have their faults, but concentrate on your own. Let's continue. It is an equal mistake to lose self-esteem simply because you have some flaws. Looking at your shortcomings and taking steps to eliminate them should be viewed as a dispassionate project. You are not worthless because you undertake to rise above your faults. That description is only for those who never attempt to perfect themselves. We all have a perfect core, a special self inside. That purity is perfect and holy. Therefore, no one is worse than another. We are all on this planet simply to reach back into that pure self. When we reach that spirit, there are no flaws and there is no blame. Wow. This is a really, really great way to start our day with this passage. As I said, I invite you to reread that in your own time and really take in some of the wonderful wisdom that's here. There's so many great little nuggets of wisdom to pull out from today that you can use as a journaling prompt, or even just, write it on a post-it to stick around and remind yourself. There's lots of wonderful things here, and it's what I love about this, the overall feeling of today's passage is that, yes, we've all got faults. We're all human beings. We're all just trying to make our way in this world, but we should really worry about our own faults before we start projecting that onto somebody else or blaming somebody else. We should really be taking care of ourselves and our shortcomings first before we try to point the finger at others. When you point your finger, you should also be pointing it back at you and asking yourself the question, what role am I playing in what's happening to me here? Am I really the victim and it's that person's fault? Or, what is my contribution to what's going on here? As it says here, concentrate on your own faults before pointing the finger at others. It's a wonderful lesson for life in general, but especially for today. I invite you to go back and reread this in your own time, pull out what resonates with you, meditate on it, use it as a journaling prompt, and check back in with yourself throughout the day, and maybe even later tonight you might want to reread this and think about how this passage has shown up in your life today. So thank you so much for being here for 153 days. It's always a pleasure to start the day with you, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Bye.